Manchester United's performance and maybe the drop-off from last weekend in a moment. But first of all, the incident on Bruno Fernandes, Nilson Angulo, was he lucky?
Yeah, very lucky. Really lucky boy, because I don't know what he's thinking here. He's clearly... That's not a running action. He's clearly tried to elbow him in the face. He's caught him with his forearm. We've heard today that because it was the forearm, not the elbow, or it wasn't enough contact, that it's not a red card. It is a red card. That's the naughty challenge. He's very lucky not to be sent off.
And there was a drop-off in performance. There were a few personnel changes as well. And perhaps if we have a little look at Michael Carrick's use of his players since his time in charge, he's actually used fewer players in the Premier League than most teams around, in fact, any other team around him equal there, with Leeds and Everton and Bournemouth below. And that points to perhaps the fact that he is showing today he needs to strengthen his squad with Champions League football next season.
Yeah, no, I think it was with Manchester United not in the Champions League last season. Obviously, to get back in the Champions League and against Liverpool last week was big for the club. And today, yeah, they weren't at the best today. But in terms of the players used, I think what it shows is that Manchester United need to invest in players in the summer, because in order for Man United to compete in the Premier League next season and the Champions League next season, where they want to be, they have to invest. They have to strengthen the squad, and I don't think there's any denying that. Now, if I was a player and Manchester United wanted to sign me, the first question I would ask is, does the manager want me? Who is the manager? Does the manager want me? So I think for Manchester United to have that clarity on who the manager is, and listen, I think everyone knows I've been very supportive of Michael Carrick. If Michael Carrick hadn't done the job he'd done, I wouldn't be sitting here saying you should give him the job. But I think for what he's done, and he's earned his right to get that manager's job. And I think for the club to announce him, I think they need to do it swiftly, because they need to get players in, and they need to get players, you know, they'll be talking, I'm sure they will, but they need to get players in for next season to improve that team.
And the price of those players that they're looking at, if they have a good World Cup, it only goes up, doesn't it? So in terms of good business sense, you want to get those players signed up before they go off and play in the World Cup.
Absolutely, because they'll have their targets, and we've seen now that, you know, just the players that he wants to play, and when some of those players are out there, a weaker team. First and foremost, I agree with you. I don't know what more Michael Carrick can do to get the job. It's a bit farcical that he hasn't got the job already. Just give him it. He's got the club back into the Champions League, so back him, and then he can go on then and choose players that he wants quickly and swiftly before the World Cup.
But it's not that. It's players will be looking at Manchester United, but they'll also be looking at other teams. So what you don't want to do is have your targets and lose them because you haven't got a manager in place. And I think he's done everything to get it done, and then let's start bringing players in.
And some people might say, well, yeah, they've not played as many players because they haven't played in as many competitions. They've played the fewest games in their history this season, haven't they? But they'll be playing a lot more next season. Yeah,
they will. And listen, whether it's Michael or someone else, they're going to have to bring players in regardless. So it should be Michael, and let's hope it is.
Final word. OK, let's have a look at the table. The gap at the top is now 2 points after Manchester City's win. Manchester United and Liverpool stay third and fourth, respectively. Bournemouth, Brighton and Brentford remain in the race for Europe. At the other end, both West Ham and Tottenham are still fighting for survival. Arsenal go to the London Stadium on Sunday, while Spurs host Leeds on Monday night. Thank you so much.
We created probably 3 or 4 big chances, so should be enough to score. It wasn't the case, so the players are a bit disappointed in the dressing room, which is a good sign, because we are in the Premier League after 8 years, so being competitive against United today was really demanding, and I think the lads did well.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not the end of the world by any stretch. I think a clean sheet away from home, tough place to come here, and we knew it was going to be tough. It was never going to be a perfect game. I think shows probably where we're at in terms of not playing totally at our best and getting a good result. So the point's okay.
Yeah, it's 5 changes as well. He was out the injured Šeško and Casemiro, and he's raised the standards and hope since he took charge there, hasn't he, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they've done fantastically well, and thought Sunderland had probably the better opportunities today in terms of front of goal, and played really well.
And Michael Carrick waits and waits. He's only got a couple more games to see if he'll be in the dugout next season.
Yeah, well, he's done what was asked of him, hasn't he? I don't know what I don't know what he wanted when he went into the role. I think he wanted to just help the club that he cares about deeply and kind of get them out of a bit of a hole.
Or he'd had enough of us in here.
Probably wanted to. But he's done exceptional. You know, cementing Champions League football for Manchester United, having, you know, the state that they were in earlier in the season, and just creating a bit of a positive vibe. And as Michael Carrick was saying there, look, he's on the back foot. Of course he is, because they took a bit of a pumping up at Sunderland. But for them to not play well and still get a good result and a clean sheet on the road and still be in the top 3 of the Premier League, they're doing all right, and he's done a really good job. And Steve, you know him personally like I do. Obviously, my allegiances aside, I'm so pleased for him. He's done brilliant up there, and yeah, he should be dead proud of what he's done.
Indeed, but I'm going to bring your allegiances back in because it's been a big day for Manchester City. And of course, as we've been mentioning, Arsenal go to West Ham on Sunday. This is what Pep Guardiola has been joking about at the end of his press conference after the game.
It's easy to say, okay, made the substitution, 1 minute, Jeremy put the ball in the net. But we want energy, and Omar give us the energy, and Phil give us that, you know that, and you need everyone. So as much as you are fit, you can do it because we did it, and like we did it, we can do it.
Thank you, everyone.
Come on, you Ajax.
Come on, your irons is the rallying call from Pep Guardiola.
Cool. Yeah, why not? Why not? They're relying on West Ham tomorrow.
You want to see that personality, don't you?
Of course. Look, there's no getting away. Every Manchester City affiliate person will be watching that game tomorrow, cheering West Ham on in any way possible. And when the main man's doing it, then how can you not?
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. It shows, yeah, personality. It's what you want. Exactly what you want.
OK, so this is what's happened so far on this very potentially defining Premier League weekend with those games that we've shown you. Point apiece, Liverpool and Chelsea wins for Brighton, for Bournemouth, and crucially, with those 3 goals and 3 points for Manchester City. It's a 4-game Sunday. Villa at Burnley, Everton go to Palace, Forest welcome Newcastle, then, of course, all the eyes of the world on East London, West Ham taking on the leaders Arsenal. We will be at London Stadium for you as well. We'll also be back here on Monday night. Huge game for Spurs. We'll be watching West Ham with interest as well, of course, at home to Leeds. And then on Wednesday, Manchester City go again with Premier League Live at home to Crystal Palace. So it is West Ham and Spurs realistically, with Forest already on 42 points. If West Ham can upset the odds with 3 points, they will move out of the drop zone after Sunday's game. Otherwise, Spurs will have the advantage on Monday to open up clear daylight and potentially go to 40 points. So Bournemouth are the team in 6th, just 2 points ahead of Brighton. Brentford could potentially be in a European position. Villa still 5th, remember. If they finish there and win the Europa League, then 6th would be Champions League. Liverpool 4th, United 3rd. But most crucially today, City have done their job. They are 2 points behind Arsenal, and they have reduced that goal difference to just 1. So my thanks to Ben and to Joe, who echoes Pep's Guardiola's comments of "Come on, you Irons." That was him, not me. See you later.